Hello everybody, this is Abel with another Guild Wars 2 update. This is episode number 9. More Q&A session answers from ArenaNet. This time, instead of Colin Johansson, we are talking with Eric Flannum today. With that, we also heard some information about the sidekick system through Martin, the community manager at ArenaNet, the European North American areas, which also came from Eric Flannum. And we also had a blog entry from Ravis on Kill 10 Rats. Some of the things that's going on at ArenaNet, some of the testing actually that's going on in there. So we're actually getting us an inside look on what's going on with some of the players that are actually testing the games out. So with that, let's hear what Eric Flannum had to say for us today. One of the biggest notes that Eric wanted everyone to know is that ArenaNet is working on making sure that every event will be grief-proof. They are testing each event in several ways to make sure players do not spoil the game for other players. They also said that if any events are found griefable after the game is released, it will be fixed quickly. So ArenaNet is trying to avoid as many player conflicts as possible. Now, if you remember from the video yesterday from Colin Johansson, he mentioned something about karma. Well, Eric has revealed that karma is a non-tradable point system used for a variety of things in game. These karma points can actually be used for special merchants that will give out some great items and rewards in games. These points are gained through doing any of the events in game. So it doesn't matter which event you do, you'll still get points. All the points are the same when you do this. So it's kind of like faction points, as it were, to spend on different things. Kind of like, I guess, Lunction Faction to buy Jado shards, except this is going to be a little more dynamic and a little more in-depth. Like I said, from Martin, he's the Euro community manager at ArenaNet. Through Guild Wars 2 Guru's site, which is where these videos are hosted on, Eric mentioned that the sidekick system, what's going to be about, and he actually had a really interesting answer about it. Basically, he said that the sidekick system will work backwards and debuff the higher player. Well, yeah, normally the sidekick system actually buffs the lower level player, but in this case, the higher level player is going to go downwards. Well, let me explain what ArenaNet is trying to do. What ArenaNet was looking into is high level players in low level areas. Now, this would be equivalent in Guild Wars 1 of your level 20 Dervish ripping through the level 5 Ascalon mission areas and being able to wipe right through everything and kill all the char without even really blinking an eye or really even thinking about it. Which, in their opinion, makes the lower level players say, well, what the heck, this is no fun. But because of that, they want to be able to get rid of that in game and not be so boring for lower level players. To do this, what they're going to do is going to have the higher level player, which would have been level 20, drop down to levels, say, 8 or 9. So they'll still be a little bit higher than that level 5 content, but they will have a little bit more difficulty and it'll be probably a little more fun for them to actually go through that area. Now, because Arena is going to go through the route of debuffing higher level characters and players, they are going to take this even a step further. And what they're going to do is they're going to have it be that players can go back and play missed content, lower level content. There are some games out there where players, if you get too high a level, you won't be able to go back and play certain areas of the game. Well, in this way, by being able to debuff the higher level players to a lower level, they'll actually be able to play that content again and at a lower level. Eric, last thing about Eric for the notes wise is that he also wanted to remind everyone that there are 3 areas of PvE in the game. The first one, which we've been talking about for the past couple weeks, is the events. The second one is the personal story, which will be revealed soon by Reese Sosby. And the last, which is gameplay in dungeons. This is going to be the instance and raids that teams can go on and go into that's going to be repeatable. So there will be other things to do in Guild Wars 2 besides all these events that we're talking about, and there are actually going to be some designated storylines and dungeons that you can do, so if there's no events going on in the area, well, you can go out and do those instead. Now, the last bit of information I have for you guys today, again, comes from the Kill 10 Rats blog site. This is actually written by Ravis, who happens to be actually one of my guild members in SOF. And his interview with Eric Flannum was basically more about what's going on in Guild Wars 2, for what's the testing going on with some of the players that are in there. And what's interesting is that the players in that game have been really beaten in the head to death from other games and past experiences about doing quest. I gotta go to the next quest, I gotta go to the next town, like this and that. And they have blinders on, and they have tunnel vision, and they're not looking around themselves in the world, and that's what this event system is all about. Now, some of the examples that Eric gave in the interview was that there was bandits burning down a wheat field, and a fisherman begging for help because a Drake broodmother was killing all the fish they was trying to catch, and players basically just walked right by all this stuff and didn't even notice it. It's a really great read, and I think it's important for us players when Guild Wars 2 does come out, and when we do start playing it, that we have to open our minds up. We have to be more observant of the world around us, kind of like you guys the other day with the my little wolf stuffed toy up there. So we as players have to actually open our minds up and be more mindful of what's going on in the world of Guild Wars 2 when it comes out. Before I go, I also want to mention again that May 22nd, this coming Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in the Serenity Temple, International District only. Again, I want to remind you about the Ascalon Royal Ball. This is going to be a fun event. There's going to be a DJ online. It's going to be DJ Barbie again. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be dancing, music, food, drinks like that, and especially giveaways. There's going to be minute pit giveaways and some ectos and like that. And I personally will also be there. I'll actually be in International District 3, being one of the alcohol servers, and you can actually talk to me and ask me questions about Guild Wars 2 if you want. While I'm there, if I can answer them. I'm not related to ArenaNet or anything, but I will try to give you any information that I know and pass along to you. I will be there. I'll actually be on there as Masaharu Zanziru. I do not none of my characters have the name Saberwolf in them, so anybody who has the name Saberwolf, it is not me. Alright guys? That'll do it for this edition of Guild Wars 2 Update. Please remember to leave comments down below, and also if you want to leave something on the Guild Wars 2 Guru site, there's a link to that with the threads of where all these videos are being hosted, and I will talk to you later. Thank you very much, and have a good day.